Oh man, you believe in God?
Yo, why the fuck y'all get so damn religious-fied thing?
Man, look, do I believe in God? Yeah, I guess I do. How else can you have the sun, the moon, and stars and shit like that?
Sun, moon, stars, quasars, motherfuckers sound like their wooden chest. Ain't no God.
When will it stop?
Okay.
Another dead Jake from a cop. Another fiend came through the cop. Another deadlock. Another 8-ball in the sock. Another crime scene on Fox. How did this begin? I was so right just to sin. Hear all my thoughts through the pen. The sorrows of men. When you can't go see your kid. Got no food in the fridge. Is this what life is? Blowing out your pain through a cig. Behind all the bills in the crib. Searching for a light. But it's so dark at night. Walk through the blocks with a knife. Roaches and mice. Locked up, never get a kite. Come to serve the Lord, better fight. Battle in your mind. Hunger paid equate to a crime. Looking all around for a sign. Living in the time where you can't even trust your mom. Rumors of wars, drop bombs. Needles, white lines. Christ be the only lifeline. Everything is all about the sign. Leave it all behind. If I shine, nigga, you shine. If I shine, nigga, you shine.
If I shine, nigga, you shine. If I shine, nigga, you shine. Deeply rooted, bearing fruits of the spirit. Lift my voice, hoping you gon' hear it. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise.
And I can't question your mercy. That's above the wonders of the sky. And I know through what I've seen, without a doubt you are alive.
They say be careful of the angels you entertain unaware. Words out the book of life seem like the thunder here. Thankful for the time now, just to see another year. It's a different type of feeling when you see your brother cheer. Cause we been through the madness, we done seen each other's tears, Lord knows. Through the furnace of adversities, my enemies conspiring and dreaming of them hurting me. Enemies conspiring and dreaming of them hurting me. This is not the battle of flesh and blood. Noah's seen the judgment, he ain't step up out the ark to check the flood. Sworn under an oath in the Most High's covenant. Live by the creed, all these prophets been my brothers since. Still I rise as the world is scorched. As they torture my ancestors made of me pork. The last days on its way, so we gon' overcome. Only Christ could determine when a soldier's done, yeah.
Deeply rooted, bearing fruits of the spirit. Lift my voice, hoping you gon' hear it. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise.
And I can't question your mercy. That's above the wonders of the sky. And I know through what I've seen, without a doubt you are alive.
Yeah. Trying hard not to complicate these verses. Soul searching, know these demons out here lurking. Where's your purpose? Cut the grass, see the serpents. Feel the curses, know the devil out here working. Close the curtains, one thing is for certain. We all die one day, but does your soul live? And will he forgive? Only Lord knows this. Tell these clowns settle down, we around. Paint the town red for my ancestors' blood. From the bloodline of Judah, cause my ancestors was. Me and the general, souls identical. Gold flow spiritual, oh so lyrical. Really not your typical Joseph in the physical, Gabar from KC. Indians and Chiefs, ride for my people, we the sons of Maccabees. Open up Pandora's box and had to take a peek. No faith without works, you gon' have to take the leap. We the lost sheep from Jerusalem, we weak. Got bros still asleep, I pray for the weak and build with the strong. Just talk to my cuz, he got a lot going on. I told him keep his head up, he just going through a storm. Our family's been torn apart by the drugs. Heart full of slugs, left his mark in the mud. I wish the love, surrounded by the hate. Made it this far by faith, mercy, and grace. Yeah. Made it this far by faith, mercy, and grace.
Deeply rooted, bearing fruits of the spirit. Lift my voice, hoping you gon' hear it. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. I'm in the spirit, you can't kill my vibes. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise. And if I fall, still I rise.
And I can't question your mercy. that's above the wonders of the sky. And I know through what I've seen, without a doubt you are alive.
My remedy, Gabar, MALAK. Man of faith. If you woke up this morning and that's a victory, being of this world ain't did shit for me. Cause that's his story, not my history. Seeking the Father to get a sense of me. Got my mind on the kingdom, I see it vividly. Better guard your mind, protect your energy. Gotta cleave to your word, that's my remedy. Gotta cleave to your word, that's my remedy. Spirit of life got us stood on our feet. Don't be deceived, they got a heart full of deceit. We daily oppressed, so we mourn and we weep. Just a messenger, YHWH is God in my speech. We thankful just to make it through the weekend. An honorable man, it's not in season. Demands of the world got us drowning in the deep end. Hear the good news, salvation close. No time to boast, gotta be humble and hope. Even the devil shake and tremble, knowing his time is short. Make sure that my election is sure, and every nation go bow with their heads to the floor. Ain't no time for setbacks, stay covered in these laws. If you woke up this morning and that's a victory, being of this world ain't did shit for me. Cause that's his story, not my history. Seeking the Father to get a sense of me. Got my mind on the kingdom, I see it vividly. Better guard your mind, protect your energy. Gotta cleave to your word, that's my remedy. Gotta cleave to your word, that's my remedy. You didn't lose that fight, you got the victory. You taught me to love myself inwardly. My heart stopped, that was a C-section delivery. My memories of you, yeah, I got galleries. Your last days, cherish every moment. Every spirit gotta leave and pass over. No more crooked doctors and cold shoulders. Overcome this world, physician with lies. Toss that dirt on you, give me the reason to try. YHWH give you wings now, teach me to fly. I can't forget that last tear coming down your eyes. This body just a shell, it's what's dwelling inside. One day at a time, I'ma take it with strides. If you woke up this morning and that's a victory, being of this world ain't did shit for me. Cause that's his story, not my history. Seeking the Father to get a sense of me. Got my mind on the kingdom, I see it vividly. Better guard your mind, protect your energy. Gotta cleave to your word, that's my remedy. Gotta cleave to your word, that's my remedy.
Understand that your biggest battle is you. It's you.
Gotta trust the purpose, he got plans for you. Pray to the Lord and hear God to do. Forgive us for our sins, have mercy on our souls. Fearing your judgment that keep me on my toes. Let God be true and every man a liar. Cast your burdens on them and watch your weight get lighter. You gotta weather through them storms, but them clouds don't stay. So give me some clarity and show me your way. And put a hedge around my home and protect my gate. Yesterday I seen a man forgive a man for killing his son. And show me hope, but the war ain't won. As long as you try, he extend his love. Every soldier got a story to tell. Constantly watching, only signs would tell. I found hope living cross from hell. And it's a war outside, no one is safe. Cause we the lost sheep, led astray. Just pace yourself when you fall in this race. A adversity is just a test of your faith. Embracing your love, I can't wait no more. Seek him now before he close that door. Conquer self when I in a war. Conquer self when I in a war. Gotta conquer self when I in a war. It's time to conquer. It's time to overcome. Fight temptation. Fight this world. Gotta trust the purpose, he got plans for you. I pray to the Lord, and he'll guide you through. Forgive us for our sins, have mercy on our souls. Fearing your judgment that keep me on my toes. Let God be true, and every man a liar. Got your burdens on them and watch your weight get lighter. You gotta weather through them storms, but them clouds don't stay. But give me some clarity and show me your way. And put a hedge around my home and protect my gate. Yesterday I seen a man forgive a man for killing his son. It showed me hope, but the war ain't won. As long as you try, he extend his love. Turn my failures to lessons, losing ain't an option, waiting on my blessings. Turn my failures to lessons, losing ain't an option, waiting on my blessings. I'm crying out, can't hold it in, gotta stay the course, we supposed to win. Done seen it all, it's time to prosper, elevate, it's time to prosper. The world at your neck like a violin. Instruments of cruelty gon' be their end. Satan gon' knock, but don't let him in. We born in a battle that'll never cease. I believe, I believe, I believe. I believe, I believe, I believe. We ghetto dreaming projects full of broken hearts. Picking up the pieces, this is just a start. Somewhere there's a flower trying to bloom out the concrete. I left a trail full of dry petals, trying to spark the mind and not the barrel. If I can't smell, I know my life blush. Things of the world don't entice us. If she loyal, God-fearing, then you wife her. We the chosen, you can't sign her. World for the meek, this is all us. Earth having labor pains, soon it's a due day. Yeah. Earth having labor pains, soon it's a due day. Yeah. 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 When you see some light, that's the breakthrough. Concrete jungle, it's a damn zoo. Eyes wide, while they live on snooze. I'm hoping what you touch impacts some souls. Picture perfect, nigga, like a centerfold. I'm all about my bread, that's the dinner roll. Do it on my lonely, you can send the word. I remember drinking until my speech was slurred. But karma is the bitch, you better treat it right. It's power in these thoughts, she gave me mic. But this your life, nigga roll the dice. Eviction notice, try not to notice. But through your ups and downs, trying to find your purpose. Girded in this truth, blocking evil forces. Good intentions, create your invention. No huddle, 4th and inches. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on your way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. Keep on trying, part of a lion. Keep on climbing, on my way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. But since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. You headed to them streets, trying to fill the void. Trying to box with God, trying to win our Floyd. All these traps, gotta count the joy. I lift my voice up like a trumpet though. Wash away these sins and these transgressions. Change your outlook, that's your only weapon. But we the black Jews, these is mental Jews. Trying to set a pace while they drive on cruise. Can't trust their actions, they intent is cruel. I'm from a sunny place where it's shady people. Erase your history and they say we equal. Do your all in this world, they make you feeble. Built these corporations, look how they treat you. Get up on your grind, I'm thinking ownership. I know your past mistakes equate to something better. He give visions to the blind. Helen Keller. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on your way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. Since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold. Keep on trying, heart of a lion. Keep on climbing on my way to Zion. Highs and lows, no time to fold. But since the snotty nose, I've been kinda bold.
All right. Shalom, shalom. All right. We've gone over Hebrew in the past before. Of course, this means Shalom, Arab, Tawab, Rum family. Mashpacha is family in the Hebrew. Tonight we're going to be going over two prayers. I'm going to translate for everyone, coupled with two scriptures that are inside Sirach. Prayer is very important for us to use. Prayer is very important because it's one of the most important aspects of our relationship with the Lord. And it's also that we don't realize sometimes when we don't do it enough, our mental and spiritual well-being can be on the decline because we don't utilize the fact and understand enough that we serve a living God that has known us before we were in the womb and has chosen us before we were even living to be a special people unto himself. And tonight's prayers I want to go through are going to help kind of open the way and prepare for brothers and sisters to really be able to pray more, but to be more open doing so. And of course, they're Hebrew prayers. So as we're going through them and as I construct them, of course, with everyone following along, I'm going to be translating accordingly. But what I want to do is I want to give out these prayers. That way you're able to utilize and use them yourself and then be able to recite them and use them accordingly for your own purposes and usages. Of course, we know we have the Shabbat coming in Thursday sundown as well, and then we have the new year. So as we prep ourselves, as we begin to enter into this, of course, it is just the new moon, but coming together and gathering the more as we see the day approaching, we should be taking ourselves, our businesses, our ministry, our lives much more seriously now than ever, because right around the season of Passover time, it is, as brothers know, is what's known as spring cleaning season. It's cleanup time. And the Lord cleans internally and he cleans externally. So within your own household, within yourself, and then everyone else all round about you. So again, all of you should see this on the board and know what this means. We've gone over Hebrew in the past before. For those of you that have been practicing, Shalom, Arab, Tawab, Ram, Mashpacha, which means peace, Good evening, family, or excuse me, good evening, Rum family. All right, going to give it a couple of more before we begin this lesson and before we begin translating and putting this prayer on the board. All right, all right. Now let's get into it. All right. Before we begin, can you read Sirach 7 and 14?
The book of Sirach, chapter 7, and verse 14. Use not many words in a multitude of elders, and make not much babbling when thou prayest.
Now, when it's talking about babbling when you pray, again, this is Sirach 7 and 14. Babbling would just be repeating the same things over and over again, using vain repetitions, as YHWH had mentioned in Matthew 6. And it's also along the lines of continuing to talk and speak, and it's not for a purpose or reason. And at that point, you're no longer in the point of praying or necessarily making your supplication known unto the Most High. So when it's saying use not much babbling, there's no set time limit on prayer. We're all different, and more importantly, we're all praying about different things at different times of the day. And we are all at some point, wherever it is that we are, praying for a certain amount of time. The highlight of the scripture I want to emphasize is don't use much babbling, meaning don't repeat the same things over and over again and use the vain repetitions that make your prayer non-supplicable unto the Most High. Get Sirach chapter 18 and verse 23.
Book of Sirach, chapter 18, and verse 23. Before thou prayest, prepare thyself, and be not as one that tempteth the Lord.
Right. So it says when you pray, prepare yourself. Why are you preparing yourself? Because you're coming before the Holy One, the Heavenly Father Himself, and the angel that is the intercessor on your behalf is going to present and bring your prayer unto the Most High. It's like, if you will, if I can use the earthly example, like delivering mail. Once you say Aman, you seal and close the envelope, the angel takes it and it's given unto the Most High. It's a very serious matter, which is why it says to prepare yourself. When it's talking about the tempting, know who you're talking to and understand the terrible and mighty God that you serve, to know the place that you're in. I want to repeat that because when it says talking about tempting, it's not talking about, well, how can you tempt the Most High? No, it means know your place, because as He is the Heavenly Father, you are His heavenly son. Excuse me, you are His son or daughter, because it's man and woman. We both pray and both should be praying. So the reason why I emphasize that is because when you're praying, you're supposed to come clear-minded and clear-headed, and a lot of us aren't, which is why a lot of us feel oftentimes we can't pray, right? A lot of us feel oftentimes it's too hard to, I don't know what to say, or you just quickly feel like you'll have to throw something up and then that's it. Well, tonight I'm going to give two prayers so that way we're able to say and rehearse and recite something, and it's easier for you. And at that point, then you'll be able to then have something to say when it no longer feels like you can pray. So these prayers are good. I want to help encourage you to pray and to seek out doing it more. All right, so the first one, we know how we're all supposed to start off prayers. Remember, this is in Hebrew, but it's in English, so I'm writing it left to right. Whereas if I was writing inside the Paleo Hebrew characters, I would be writing it right to left. And I'm only using pairs again because I'm using English. There's breaks in this. All right. So this is the first portion of the prayer. Abanawa Yahweh Nathan Nawa Kak Yakal Azar Nawa Yakal Habashar Azar Nawa Yakal Masa Mahar Nathan Nawa Kak. So far this says, Our Father, give us strength to conquer the flesh. Help us to conquer the flesh. Help to conquer temptation. Quickly give us strength. Again, this says, Our Father, give us strength to conquer the flesh. Help us to conquer the flesh. Help us to conquer. Help to conquer temptation. Quickly give us strength. Everyone following so far? Want to make sure I'm not leaving anyone behind. Any questions? Put them in the chat, please. I'm answering as I'm going along. Again, I'm reciting this as we're going. I'm writing left to right because I'm writing in English instead of using the Paleo Hebrew characters from the Hebrew alphabet, and I'm writing it all in English. Ash said, can you say it again? Kana. So this says, Abanawa Yahweh Nathan Nawa Kak Yakal Azar Nawa Yakal Habashar Azar Nawa Yakal Masa Mahar Nathan Nawa Kak. Oh, in the English. In the English, the translation. Matter of fact, I'll write it here below. All right, this is the translation for the first half. All right, give it a couple of more before I give the second half of the portion. Again, any questions, any comments, anything anybody wants to ask, put it in the chat, Baba Kushah, so I can read it. All right, let me go ahead and erase.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, this one was a shorter one. Baba,
Wash that question.
what do you say?
So Nathanawa is
Yep.
the correct way to say goodness.
Because Nawa is our, so it implies more than one person, so it means us.
Can you put the English word beneath the Hebrew word so we know what each Hebrew word means? Oh, okay. I don't know if I could. Yeah, it's. Oh.
All right. It slowed me down a little bit because I have no problem translating. It's just not how I have it outlined. The thumb now what we give from Yad always Tha Halayan praises. We pluralize because that's feminine. That word is feminine. We give always praises. Bahasham in the name of Yam Yan Ya, your right hand. Wa and Hamashiach the anointed. YHWH the Son. Aman. So be it. So that will close out the prayer. So that was a shorter one. Can you put the English word? All right, so take this down before we proceed on to the next one. Shalom, Sister Azalea. We're going over Hebrew prayers right now. We just finished the first one. First one's a shorter one. The second one will be longer, but I will organize this one much more better than the first one. Again, it's just not how I have it outlined, but so that way you guys are able to follow along. And it's much more clear, so you know what you're saying and which words are specific to the meanings. If that helps you guys out, that's not a problem. And then again, I will be pronouncing them as I go. That way you guys have an idea of what to say and how to say it when you're praying. When it comes to the Hebrew in praying, the only thing there really is to worry about is just pace and pronouncing the words right, because you already have what you want to say outlined. It's just taking your time and just being organized with the pace you're going at so you can pronounce everything correctly. So again, with this conclusion portion of the prayer, it is pronounced Nathan Nawa Tham Yad Tha Halayan Bahasham Yam Yan Ya Wa Hamashiach YHWH Aman. Panah on the bar, sis. All right. So that was the first prayer. All right. And then this will be the second one. I'm going to erase this now. The second one's more organized only because it's from the Bible, the Bible itself in the book of Psalms from King David. So Psalm chapter 119. All right. Psalm 119, verse 153 to verse 160. Ra'ash is what we'll be going into now. So from verses 153 to 160 is what we'll now be going into. Go ahead.
Psalms 119 and 153. Consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law. Plead my case and deliver me. Quicken me according to thy word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not my statutes.
All right. So we're gonna just read one verse at a time.
Oh.
Okay. So just read on 153 again.
Consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law.
Now, as this is being prayed, we should also have this mindset and mentality. So here's where we'll begin. All right, so now in the Hebrew. You guys did X. That should be a bad one. All right. Oh. If that helps, because the sister Makaya asks. So it is pronounced Ra'a anaya wa khalataza naya yaka tharathka la'a shakak thaya. The words are translated, consider my affliction and deliver me. For thy law, not I do forget. It should be, for I do not forget thy law. But the ordering of Hebrew compared to English, we know, are two totally opposite languages. English is left to right, Hebrew is right to left. So if you're looking at it from the Hebraic lens, it would be, yet do I not forget thy law. Whereas English, if you're translating it and going forward, I have to write it from left to right. It would be thy law, not do I forget. So again, these would be the words translated accordingly. So this would all be one word, which would be wa khalatazanaya, which would mean and deliver me. But I split it up that way it's easier to pronounce, because if I put it all together in the Hebrew, this is how it's going to be spelled. So wa khalatazanaya. So these 6 characters here are this would be this one word here. So I didn't want to jumble it up for you guys, and then this is how the word is actually supposed to be written. So that's the whole word together without splitting up, and then this is how I broke it up. And I only did it so that way you guys would not be confused and be thrown off about how to pronounce the word. But again, this is just kind of helping you guys to break apart the word so that you're able to say the entirety of the whole prayer. So this is verse 153. I'm going to put the numbers next to it for the next one. But this right now, this first verse is 153. The next one will be 154. I'm going to put the number next to it. That way all of you guys are aware and you know. So again, Ra'a anaya wa khalatazanaya yaka tharathka la'a shakak thaya. I feel it's easier to break up the words only because I'm not trying to have you guys say the entirety of this whole thing. And it's easier to read it this way than it is this way. And then this is how you would write it with the Paleo Hebrew characters. All right, let's get verse 154. Go ahead and read it.
Verse 154, plead my cause and deliver me. Quicken me according to thy word.
So, being gotten written down. All right, so verse 154. All right. Oh, oops, I forgot the last bit of Salaki. All right. So Rayaba, Raya, Baya, Wa Ga'al, Naya, La Amaratka, Chaya, Naya. So plead my cause and deliver me according to thy word, quicken me. That's verse 154. Yeah, the Bar Aqua. Again, verse 154. That is Rayaba, Raya, Baya, Wa Ga'al, Wa Ga'al, Naya, La Amaratka, Chaya, Naya. All right, that was verse 154. We're about to move to 155. All right, let me erase this. Should be quick to follow along, only because it's verse by verse and these are short verses. Two verses down. All right. Go ahead, read 155.
Verse 155. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes.
All right. All right. All right. So verse 155 in the Hebrew, Rachwak, Marash, Tayam, Yashawai, Kaya, Chakyaka, La'a, Darash. Of course, the verse, salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek it, not thy statutes. And again, this is in English. So as I'm writing the English, it is left to right, translating the words accordingly in the Hebrew with the English translations. Far from the wicked, salvation, for thy statutes, not they seek. All right. Going to move on to now verse 156. Go ahead and read it.
Verse 156. Great are thy tender mercies, O Lord. Quicken me according to thy judgments.
Oops. Keep forgetting to leave that little space. Block it. All right. Hopefully, you guys can read the small writing. So, Racham, thy tender mercies, Yakah, or there's supposed to be one. Racham Yakah, are thy tender mercies. Rab Yum, which is great. The Yum is at the end to describe the mercies. Because it is pluralized, Yum has to be at the end of great. So, Rab Yum, great are thy tender mercies. Yahweh, O Lord, Ka Mashtapat Yaka, according to thy judgments, Hayana, quicken me. So the full thing, Racham Yaka Rabyam Yahweh, Ka Mashtapat Yaka, Hayana. That is verse 156. All right. Move forward. Verse 156. Moving on to verse 157. Go ahead and read it.
157.
Yep.
Verse 157. Many are my prosecutors and my enemies, yet do I not decline from thy testimonies.
move it right. Sheesh. All right, so verse 157 in the Hebrew, Rabyam, Radapya, Watazarya, Ma'ai, Watyaka, La'a, Nata, Yatya. So again, it is Rabyam, Radapya, Watazarya, Ma'ai, Watyaka, La'a, Nata, Yatya. Excuse me, Nata, Yatya. And of course, many are my prosecutors and mine enemies. From thy testimonies, not do I decline. This is verse 157. All right. Let's move on to verse 158. Again, Rabyam, Radapya, Watazarya, Ma'aid, Watyaka, La'a, Natayafya. All right. Go ahead and read verse 158.
Verse 158. I beheld the transgressors and was grieved because I kept not thy word.
Sheesh. All right. So the translation in Hebrew is Ra'at Yathya Bagadyam Wa'ach Kwawata Ashar Amarathka La'a Shamar. Again, Ra'at Yathya Bagadyam Wa'ach Kwawata Ashar Amarathka La'a Shamar. Ra'ayatya, I beheld, Bagadyam, the transgressors, the yam is at the end, the pluralized. Wa'at, Kwawat, ta, and was grieved. Ashar, because. Amarathka, that word. La'a, not. Shamar is kept or keep. And this pretense in text, they kept. That is verse 158. All right, one more time because this one is a little longer. Ra'ayatya Bagadyam Wa'at Kowat Ta Ashar Amarathka La'a Shamar. As I'm saying this, all of you may be repeating it to yourselves. Remember, the only thing with Hebrew is that you just have to take your time. Everyone is at a different pace, and just to be able to pronounce the words as precise and correct as possible. That's why I'm kind of capitalizing it. That way you guys know where the connectors are. Similar for Ash is spelled here, the Ra, and then the Ash, the A is capitalized, ASH. The two letters here are connected, and the Ra stands by itself. Similar to these words here, I'm trying my best to remember to do it. Oh, comic book quash, absolutely. Rehearse it, write it down, practice it. All right. All right. Go ahead and read verse 159.
Verse 159. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness.
All right. So the Hebrew translation, Ra'a Kaya Pakwadayaka. This is one word. Again, I separated so that way it's able to be pronounced. Aha Batya Yahweh Ka Sadka Hayana. Again, that is Ra'a Kaya Pakwadayaka. Aha Batya Yahweh Ka Kasad Ka Sadka Hayana Naya. Consider how thy precepts I love, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness, quicken me. This is verse 159, and then we'll proceed to the last one before we close out class. All right, all right. Let's get to this last verse, verse 160.
Verse 160. Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever.
All right. All right. So the translation for verse 160, you have Ra'ash Debarka Amath, Wallah Awalam Kal Mashtapat Tazadak Ka. So the beginning, thy word, in this segment show is true, and forever every one of judgments thy righteous. So again, the pronunciation, Ra'ash Debarka Amath, Wallah Awalam Kal Mashtapat Tazadak Ka. All right, I'm going to leave this up on the board. If there's any questions, any comments, concerns, put them in the chat, Baba Kashaf. What was Darius in the Hebrew and the meaning? It is Dar Yawash. Darius is Dar Yawash and it means Lord. Spell it. Hold on. Give me a second. One of the throne names for the Persian kings that we read about in Ezra and inside the book of Haggai and Zechariah. Dar Yawash, Darius means Lord. Now you're on the bar, Ganan. Give it a couple more before we close up.
See who's in the chat. Who's in the chat?
Sister Yaz said with each lesson, I think my pronunciation is getting better. A lot of opposite for the lesson. Ayam the bar, sis. As we're coming along with this, I'm just trying to make sure everyone gets better with these lessons that come out. That way we're good on not just saying the usual words within the Hebrew, but being able to pronounce them better, and also being able to know what it is that we're reading and how to decipher it accordingly within the Hebrew. So you're welcome. Of course, as we're coming along with the Hebrew, Layala to Wab, Rum Mashpachab, Night Rum family. Something to close out with. I wanted to write here after everything we've discussed so far in this class. Why I said I catch myself saying the water ayan the bar salak was salak that when I'm running errands and people just look at me like, yo, you gotta be careful doing that in public, man. People gonna look at you like you got multiple heads and don't know what you're saying.
I once said con to my manager. You understood.
You'd be lucky enough to say something and somebody doesn't look at you weird or actually understand you.
Throw a couple Hebrew sentences at somebody. Might think you doing witchcraft. Yo.
Ganal, he does that sometimes. All right, yo, Ganal, man, don't lose your job.
Boy, you better speak English.
Yo, Bakwash, you better be low key, man.
Oh, man.
Yo, Ganal. I work around nothing but Edomite, so I don't really have to worry about saying salat. Sometimes it crosses my mind, but I gotta remember I'm not amongst the congregation, so I gotta keep it English.
You got it easy up there.
Where?
Time to lips.
One. They might ask you, and then you could just break it down from there.
Breakdowns are free.
Quash said, I made all my brothers from the world say shalom. Yo, you better be breaking them verses down, man.
That's kind of fire. I can't.
Yeah.
Are you giving them bread? Are you giving them the bread? Is the question.
Not what you agree with it. Who else?
Hey, wait, I think we're waiting on AHLAHAYANAWA for something. Where you at?
I think the lights. yo, McQuash, fish them in, man.
Zaquan, come on, man. Zaquan.
It's Passover season. Hope y'all ready, boys. Yes, sir.
All right. All right, we're going to close from here. I'm going to say shalom. With that being said, Amadi Mupani Makudam. Apayak, play it when you got it ready. This is Psalm chapter 119. This is Ra'ash, Psalm chapter 119, verses 153 to 160. Ra'a anaya wa khalataza naya kaya tharafka la'a shakak thaya rayaba rayabaya wa ga'al naya la'amarathka racha wak ma rashayam yashawai kaya chak yaka la'a darash Racham yaka rabyam Yahweh ka mashapat yaka hayanaya. Rabyam radapa watazaria ma'aid wath yaka la'a natayathya. Ra'a yathya bagadyam wa'ath kwat ta ashar amarathka la'a shamar. Ra'a kaya pakwa dayaka aha bathya Yahweh ka chasadka hayanaya. Ra'ash Dabarka Amath Wala Awalam Call Mashapat Tazadak Ka. In the name of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, the water Yad Aman.
Ahmad Shabbat. Ahmad Barak. Yahweh Ba'asam Yasab.